There has been a business update of Fontier Developments released yesterday, the 27th of November, and this included the announcement of 3 Planet games, or to be a bit more precise, creative management simulation games. This is basically down here. But before we get there, hold on for a second. These are insanely good news for us. Before we go through the update, this is a rather surprising update, because it's not like within the normal, yearly fiscal year reports that we already went through and all the updates I did recently. This one is a little bit more interesting, simply because it's out of order to a time of the year where usually a lot of games are announced or even released. We are heading towards the holiday season. So it's also building trust in a way, and if we figure the recent layoffs and stuff like that, and if you look at the stock market and you check out Fontier Developments, you know that they have been in trouble when it comes to, well, I should say the non-existing money, because, stocks and so on is a lot of speculative money that is not really existing, but then again it is existing because that's the way how you, credit money and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, this is a business update which includes a lot of interesting news for us. Let's start with the obvious. This is from Fontier Development. It's a business update just released, and it is going to address a refocusing of the entire studio. First of all, the newest game, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. I don't know if you've seen that, but the reviews of it haven't been too amazing. Haven't been super negative, but also not too amazing. I can't really say anything about this. It's totally not my type of game, so I can't really judge it. But as they say, we are pleased to see that at launch received mostly positive reviews for game critics and from players. However, sales to date have been lower than expected. Yet another game that didn't meet the expectations of sales. That is not from the Planet genre. The reason why I'm saying that is, you'll see that in a second, there has been a trend at Fontier in the last couple of years, and we need to quickly focus on that before we, dive into what is going on. Now, as you can see over here, with the December trading period approaching and Fontier continuing to evolve and support Realms of Ruin with post-release content, including paid DLCs, we expect sales to build over time. So they will continue building this game. There have been DLCs planned from the beginning, I assume, so that makes just sense. But now it's getting spicy. It's getting where we want to go. And if you remember the video I've made a couple of days ago about a potential Planet Zoo 2, it felt like many people didn't believe I wasn't, I was too much, let's put it differently. People have actually thought that, I was on the wrong track, but the more I think about it, I may have been very well on track. And let me just quickly give you this disclaimer. I have absolutely no inside information. The communication also with creators have been a little bit, more quiet recently, which totally is down to the, issues in the gaming industry in general, but also at Fontier and so on. So they focus on other things, understandably. So there is nothing I know, and so the other creators don't. So if you see other videos, make sure to really believe us when we say we have no further information. That is super important, because we are still guessing the same way you do. We are just trying to, put the dots together with our experience of knowing them. So there you can see this first part is maybe the most interesting of the entire bit over here. Fontier's move to diversify the game portfolio during the last 5 years, including through third-party publishing and new games in adjacent genres, has not delivered the anticipated success. As a result, the company has refocused, and this is the interesting bit. Has refocused. It's not meant will refocus, or now is going to refocus, or is planning to refocus. Now they say has refocused on CMS, which is the creative management simulation, which they have been strong in from the beginning, which have delivered stronger and more predictable returns through Fontier's expertise and leadership in that genre. Now, this is what we've all been saying. You guys at Fontier are amazing at creating these games. Are they perfect? No, they're not. But will they be perfect with the feedback of the community? Most likely, for the for the community themselves. Now, I do have to say that the biggest thing in here that made me smile is the framing of has refocused, because that means they have already internally made sure that the pathway is paved into the right direction. Teams have been refocused, and hence this is why I've been so positive about Planet Coaster the whole time. And now this is my final bit over here. This is the final dot. If none of these 3 games that they actually announced in here, just to show you, Fontier therefore is pleased to confirm the 3 future creative simulation management games, with one releasing each of the next 3 financial years, 25, 26 and 27. Don't let yourself be tricked. This means the year 24, the year 25 and the year 26, because the fiscal year is just over half a year ahead, so it's very unlikely that it's released a year later. So you can actually think of the next years. Now, this is mega, because then they say, alongside, this will continue to develop and support our portfolio of existing games, including Elite Dangerous, for those who like that one, great F1 Manager, they still have a contract to fulfill, so that makes sense, and Realms of Ruin. But I do assume that after the contract is fulfilled, because they have announced from the beginning, I think 3 titles are included, I'm guessing that the 3rd one next year is going to be the last. That's just my assumption, because it's, if Max Verstappen is gonna win more and more, the interest in Formula 1 is already declining, so that wouldn't be, also the licensing cost. I don't want to even imagine how much that is. But oh boy, am I excited. Now let's have a look at this mega important bit in between, because I skipped that intentionally, because that's the spicy bit on which we are building our outro of the video. The company's 4 creative management simulation games, Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, Jurassic World Evolution, and Jurassic World Evolution 2, continue to perform well and have each achieved over 100 million gross revenue. That is insane. With a combined total of over 500 million. Look at that number. This is insane. All 4 games achieved profitability within 1 month of release and delivered over 100% return of investment within 12 months of release. This is insane, by the way. This is not usual. This is great. The 3 games which have been in the market for 4 years or longer, Planet Coaster, Jurassic World Evolution, and Planet Zoo, have all achieved a cumulative return on investment of over 250%. So 2.5 times the money that has been invested into making the game has been earned with these games. So if you put that in numbers to create newer games, you could effectively make 3+ games out of these, which is exactly what's going to happen over here. So Fontier has already earned enough money to make 3 further Planet games solely built on the first games. Why do I frame it that way? Because it just makes sense. I'm very much sure that we will not see 3 entire new games. My best guess is that we are going to see Planet Coaster 2, which I think is going to be the first one. I may be wrong, but given the expertise, given the leaks in the past, given the genre itself, given the fact that a lot of things, have been changed over the times, and after the pandemic, theme parks are interesting more. Disneyland Paris is being refurbished, and like the focus on theme parks has been growing ever so much again. So it just makes sense to have that game ready next year. But after that, I may actually see a Jurassic World Evolution 3, because the thing is, there are rumors enough around the Jurassic World franchise, and if it's selling well, I mean, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't that be a thing to make a 3rd game with all the learnings? And who knows, maybe they're going to get this a little bit more in. So yeah, the framing of 3 Planet games is maybe not the correct one, but you see, that's how you do the video. Anyways. And then there is like a 3rd game, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a Planet game, but I have absolutely no idea what that is. As I said, I think it's very unlikely that this is going to be Planet Zoo 2. Honestly, that would be boring overall, because then they wouldn't have a single new game. It would just be successor games, and that is not going to happen. So it's going to be either a Planet, I don't know, water park, Planet City, Planet whatever. Honestly, I have no idea, and this is great. I honestly want to be surprised. I want to see what Fontier is going to pull off. And I think what also is interesting is that if they now have the CMS, the Creative Management Simulation formula, this includes different games, because Jurassic World Evolution is so different from Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, for example. So the Planet franchise is one franchise within the CMS of Fontier. So we we may well see a different game that is not entirely inside of the Planet genre, but still may be labeled Planet, because why not? So yeah, very interesting times, and all the rest over here is not super interesting for us personally. There's a lot about money, a lot about changes in the leaderboard, but yeah, maybe that last phrase is a good way to end this. So Johnny Watts, the Chief Executive Officer, the CEO of Frontier, the one who has to design everything, I'm pleased to confirm, a third creative management simulation game on our development roadmap. I'm confident that our renewed focus on CMS will return Frontier back to profitability, deliver stimulating games to our players, and provide rewarding opportunities for our people. I'd like to thank people and our shareholders for their patience and support as we go through a challenging period of change. They have embraced the change, and I love it. And I wish them all the best to succeed in that. And I'm very excited on my way to supporting them, obviously with videos, of course, but also with the games they do, and also in giving realistic and authentic feedback, because as we all know, that's the best way to bring games forward, you know, to make them better. And this is why I continue having a lot of criticism about these games, even though I love what they're doing, I love the games. And I've been very vocal about, you know, the way how they've been communicating, or to put it better, not communicating in the last couple of years. So hey, that's a very welcome change of things. They have been communicating, didn't they? So let's wait what they do publicly, social media wise, with this. And I'm very curious to see if there's going to be something announced this year. Honestly, if I were them, now with 3 unannounced games from the maybe Planet franchise, but creative management simulation franchise, that is enough food for finally do some teasing and stuff like that. I'm here, I'm ready, and now let me give you the ball, so to say, give you the control. Put down, go nuts in the comments. Tell me your 3 guesses. Which 3 games do you think will this be? And who knows, maybe in 2 years' time we go back to this video, check your comments, and see who of you has the best guesses. Now, put them down. I'm there to read it. Thank you so much for watching. I talk to you in the next one, and oh boy, am I excited. Goodbye.